Hello, everyone. I'm excited to bring you a very important information today in What Would Dorsey Do? My team and I have an exciting treat for you today. We're going to give you a free emotional regulator cheat sheet from our Reconnect program. So someone on my team will place the link in the comments below and you can enter for a free copy of the emotional regulator cheat sheet. So once you do that, you will be receiving that in your email shortly after the link. So in the meantime, I want to be sure that you get comfortable right now so that I can show you exactly how people just like you are using this strategy to really quickly evaluate their own personal emotions and actions and improve the relationship with their alienated child without feeling helpless and stuck, without believing that they have to take the blame for everything when they take responsibility, because a lot of alienated parents feel like if they take responsibility for stuff that they're getting blamed, because you're probably in the situation where you're feeling like you're being blamed by your children and your co-parent every day. And a lot of parents believe that their child hates them or they need to figure out how to get the other parent to change. And that's really not the case. And so today I really want to talk about what it means to evaluate your own emotions and actions to prevent or eliminate parental alienation. So you know you're in the right place, and I underscore this is a strategy that really reflects the exact system that we use to help countless divorced, separated, and alienated parents really predictably evaluate their personal emotions and actions so that they can achieve the relationship that they're seeking with their children after, during divorce, separation, or for those of you that have already experienced an emotional cutoff. So in short, this is what's working right now. And this is the process. This is a process we use at the Conscious Co-Parenting Institute to help parents really recover the relationship that they have or want to have with their children. So as you might be aware, trying to evaluate your personal emotions, the actions that you've taken to ultimately reunite with your alienated child is a major problem for a lot of parents, a lot of alienated parents, especially worldwide. And a lot of parents trying to prevent alienation from taking hold of their families. And this step, when parents understand it early on, can actually prevent the pathology from taking hold of their family. So let's dive in. Divorce, co-parenting, custody space. This is absolutely becoming flooded with courses and coaches and all kinds of hype. All these different people are entering the space, promising to help parents get results. And ultimately, they're adding to the overwhelm, the frustration, and also creating more problems for parents, especially in the parental alienation space. One, because as we all know, parental alienation is not a diagnosable pathology. So there's a lot of experts, a lot of people in the space adding to the confusion, creating scenarios or processes that are really still holding families stuck. And just about every day, I hear the same questions from parents trying to evaluate their situation, trying to figure out how they got here, trying to figure out how to fix the other parent, trying to get their children to communicate with them. And one of the most critical components for recovering your relationship with your alienated child is the evaluation of your own personal emotions and your own actions. And sometimes parents try to push back here. And oftentimes, this is one of the most stuck places for parents. So, secretly, they have the feeling of how can I honestly assess my own emotions and actions related to the situation when I'm the target of it? Why is self-reflection important in addressing parental alienation? Or why do I need to do anything? It's not me, it's the other parent. And some people, why should I do anything? I haven't done anything. It's my child. And these are very common reasons that keep people stuck, and they hold people in this place of unawareness of what is happening or what they're doing or how they're feeling and how they're emoting is contributing to the problem. And there are, of course, countless other questions that I hear all of the time. And the fact is, there are three main reasons that alienated parents, especially, struggle to evaluate personal emotions and actions, because they feel like if I take responsibility, I will be blamed for everything, like you might be feeling right now, right? You believe that your children hate you, or you think that the other parent should change, and you're constantly trying to get everybody in the professional community, from the lawyers and the judges to the mental health providers, to see what the other parent is doing and to get them to stop it. And if these sound familiar to you, and I'm sure that at least one of them do, it's my experience when I work with alienated parents. I hear those struggles all of the time, and I hear this suffering all of the time. But those are only symptoms of a much greater issue. And the real issue is a lack of a clear point A to point B system that's easy to follow, a clear roadmap that's been proven to really help parents just like you evaluate their personal emotions and actions and then do something about it. And this is where the emotional regulator comes in. And I want to show you how that works. And the first thing that clients that are on this path to reuniting with their children is to evaluate their emotions, their behaviors, and their contribution to the problem. And why is this important? Well, it's important for parents to evaluate their emotions because it can help them understand the root cause of their feelings and reactions. So when you acknowledge and you examine your own emotions, then you can start to identify any unresolved issues or triggers that may be contributing to the problem and causing, or not causing, but contributing to the problem of parental alienation. So contributing to the emotional cutoff that you're experiencing with your child or children. And evaluating these behaviors is also crucial for parents because it allows them to recognize how their actions might be exacerbating the situation. So, for example, if parents respond with anger or defensiveness when confronted by the other parent or the child, this could further damage the relationship and fuel more animosity, or worse, alienation. And self-reflection on contributions to the problem is essential in order for an alienated parent to really take responsibility for any mistakes that they've made in the past that really contributed to any unhealthy dynamics between the parent, the other parent, and the children. So when we take ownership of our role in the alienation process, it can really lead to a positive change in behavior moving forward and potentially repair the damaged relationship over time through consistent effort. And this one module alone, this one lesson here alone, can be the implementation of this can be the shift that needs to happen in your family to actually prevent some of you in the early stages from having the family dynamic escalate to a full emotional cutoff. So ultimately, evaluating your emotions, your behaviors, and contributions really help promote self-awareness, which aids in developing healthier coping mechanisms during stressful situations, especially related to co-parenting after divorce and separation, while minimizing those negative impacts on children, and maybe even eliminate that for the kids that are experiencing this extreme stress due to family conflict caused by alienation or an emotional cutoff. And then the second step in the emotional regulator is We really help our clients identify their strengths and weaknesses in parenting, not from a place of judgment, from a place of empowerment. And why is this important? It's important for parents to recognize the impact that parental alienation has on children. Children who are subjected to this deep level of psychological abuse may experience emotional distress, anxiety, depression, and other negative outcomes. And as a result, it's essential for parents to take proactive steps, really in addressing this issue and seeking support from knowledgeable professionals. And one strength, like an example, one strength that I possess is as a parent, my ability to communicate openly with my children. And I believe that effective communication can help build trust and strengthen relationships between parents and children. However, one weakness that I have is my tendency to be overly critical at times. And this can lead to unnecessary conflict and tension within our family unit. Another reason why it's important for alienated parents to address this issue is because of the long term effects of their relationship with their children. So, alienation can cause irreparable damage if it's left unaddressed. So, oftentimes we shirk back and we're afraid, so we are afraid to exert our parental authority, and or the rug has been pulled out from underneath us, and so we don't do anything, and this causes the friction and can contribute to the strain in the relationship and even a full emotional cutoff with the child. So a strength, an example, a strength that I possess as a parent is my willingness to listen actively when communicating with my children. By doing so, I'm able to gain insight into their thoughts and feelings, which really helps me better understand what their needs and concerns are. On the other hand, one of my weaknesses is that I have as a parent is being inconsistent with discipline, which can lead to confusion about boundaries or what they're supposed to do or not do. So when we're addressing alienation, it requires both patience and persistence, because parents involved in such situations can struggle with their own internal dialogue, with their own internal negative data loop. And so it may take time before any progress can be made, but staying committed towards resolving these issues will ultimately benefit everyone involved, including the pathogenic parent. And so, in the long run, including your own mental health, is, awareness and improvement helps your child's well being as well. So this leads to step number 3 in the emotional regulator. And the last step in the emotional regulator in the Reconnect program is to create and implement a plan of personal improvement and self-awareness. So alienation is a painful experience for parents. So when a child becomes alienated or estranged from one of their parents, we all know it can lead to feelings of sadness, anger, frustration. And in such situations, it's important for alienated parents to learn how others who have successfully reunited with their children create a plan for personal improvement and self-awareness. And creating this plan of personal improvement really helps you focus on what you can control in the situation. So you're identifying areas where you need to improve yourself as individuals. And when these parents take responsibility for their part in the alienation or estrangement, they work towards becoming a better version of themselves, creating that beautiful soft place for your child to land. This is where shifting how you show up. You hear me talk about that a lot. That's where this comes into play. Self-awareness is crucial when dealing with a alienated child. It allows you as a parent to understand why your child may be feeling hurt or angry towards you. So through self-reflection or introspection, parents can identify patterns in their behavior that maybe has contributed to the alienation, and you can make changes accordingly. And so when you develop a emotional intelligence, it really is an essential ingredient when trying to reunite with your alienated child. And this really means learning how to manage your emotions effectively so that communication between your child and yourself remains respectful and productive instead of developing into an argument or the blame game or falling down the rabbit hole of the past, the unforgivable events. And so having this clear understanding of boundaries is key when you're attempting to reconcile after parental alienation has occurred. So successful reuniting parents recognize that setting healthy boundaries is necessary not only during the process, but along the way of getting started and then in the long term if they want things to remain positive and moving forward. And finally, it's really important when you're creating a plan for personal improvement. It really helps build resiliency by providing direction through these difficult and challenging times while increasing your confidence levels, since this will really help you feel more prepared for your future interactions with your alienated child. So, alienation affects countless families worldwide, everywhere. However, those who are successful in reuniting often create plans focused on improving themselves personally before seeking reconciliation with their beloved child, primarily because alienation, which oftentimes occurs mainly due to unresolved issues within the family dynamic rather than problems with the child. So it's oftentimes the parents, right? It is the parents, and it gets projected into the child. So this little secret that nobody wants to talk about, but it's critical to master to fully recover your relationship with your beloved child. This internal game, right? This internal dialogue, this internal awareness, this internal self improvement. And this is just step 2 in the Reconnect program. The Reconnect is the Alienated Parents Reunification Roadmap program, and it's really the clearest and most predictable and proven system for anyone serious about doing what it takes to achieve the relationship goals that they're looking for with their alienated child. Parents who are willing to take proactive action will reunite with their alienated child once and for all. And we partner with each of our clients that we work with to achieve these steps in the exact order. So, stage 1 is the self reflection. So, first, we'll utilize the alienation decoder system that really helps our parents really understand alienation from a clinical perspective. What is it really, and how it's impacting their child, and then what to do about it. Next is our unique emotional regulator process, which I gave you the steps today. And this really ensures that our clients evaluate their personal emotions and create a personal improvement and self awareness plan, and then to take action on it fast. And then after that, you embrace responsibility for change using the responsibility pledge framework. And we're going to dive into that a little bit more next week. And then the second stage is rebuilding trust. And when you're going through this process of reuniting with your alienated child, going through the step-by-step process allows you to build the foundation that you need. And the Communication for Reunification Masterclass process really ensures success with clients learning how to master honest and assertive communication. And then the core mechanism for ensuring that you can do that is by building resilience so that you can manage your stress in our resiliency builder system. And then the last step in rebuilding trust stage is to really customize your trust architect and process. And this really shows you or our clients how to lay the foundation of trust each and every day like clockwork so that you can really build a foundation of trust for your child to fold back in, that soft place for your beloved child to land. And then stage 3 is the persistent stage. You have to have tenacity and persistence to go the distance. And Once you have self-regulation and you've rebuilt trust and you've got that dialed in and in place, then we'll kick off the persistent stage by building out your reconnection initiator system, which really allows you to initiate low pressure reconnection fast. So we help our clients build a reconnection plan that takes the pressure off the child. And then we help our clients leverage their professional support. And our unique model, really called the Professional Ally Blueprint, this step really assists our clients in creating a communication roadmap and process that leads the professionals working with your family to the solution instead of making matters worse. So for many of you who've worked with mental health providers and have been in and out of family court, you know that the professional community surrounding family court is incompetent. And so many parents try to go marching into the therapy sessions or family court with Dr. Childress's checklist or trying to tell them this is what's going on. But the moment you go into that space, they resist. And so we help you create a persistence plan that actually is anchored in a dialogue and a process that leads them into allying with you and understanding what's actually happening and what to do about it. And then the final step in the reconnect process, the Alienated Parents Reunification Roadmap Coaching Program, is to ensure that our clients are able to cultivate patience and achieve reunification using the persistence compass system. And this final step in reconnect is what brings it all together and brings it home for you so that you have a predictable action plan, a roadmap to recovering your relationship with your beloved alienated children. So if you want to get crystal clear on the exact steps that you should be following right now to achieve the relationship goals that you're looking for with your alienated child and really reunite with them once and for all, then I encourage you to book a call and the link that my team will put here. And in that call, we'll get clear on what's holding you stuck. Next, we'll map out a clear step-by-step strategy so that you can follow it to achieve the relationship goals with your alienated child with confidence. And we'll decide if it's a good fit for you to move forward in the Reconnect program, the Alienated Parents Reunification Roadmap. So just know that this is for you if you're really committed to healing and improving the relationship with your alienated child, that you are open to seek professional guidance and support, and you're really ready to invest and make a lifelong change for the sake of creating healthy family bonds in your post-separated or divorced family situation. So we look forward to connecting with you deeper. My team's going to put the link in the chat here so that you can schedule a call and a strategy call with somebody on my team to talk about this process and if it's a good fit for you or not. And then be on the lookout for the link to get a free copy of the cheat sheet, the emotional regulator cheat sheet today. We look forward to connecting with you soon. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next time.